Welcome all of you. This is the second video in our psychology tutorial series from Center for Therapy. I have a question for you. Do you know what is the job of a psychologist? Where do they work? What exactly they do? These questions are very obvious, right? In India, or for that matter in many parts of the world, people don't understand what a psychologist actually does. This video will help you understand all the queries. So let's begin. In the last video, we have studied the introduction of psychology. In this video, we will see some of the branches of psychology. The main subject matter of psychology is behavior, and the utilization of human and animal behavior is classified into two fields, theoretical field and applied field. Today, many fields of psychology are concerned with using general principles and methods for solving practical problems. These fields are grouped under applied psychology, and these are cognitive, biological, developmental, social, environmental, health, clinical, counseling, organizational, and educational psychology. Let's understand these fields in detail. You know the game of chess, right? While we play chess, what occurs in your brain? How does your brain take actions or make decisions? We perhaps know the biology of brain, but what about decision making, attention, or memory? How do we remember answers during our test, or how do we get blank all of a sudden? The answer of these questions is cognitive psychology. The term cognition means knowledge and understanding. Cognitive psychology investigates all aspects of cognitions, such as memory, thinking, reasoning, language, decision making, and so on. This approach compared our brain's working to a computer's working system. The second branch is biological psychology. We all know that the mind-body connection is interdependent. Biological psychology helps us in understanding ourselves by giving us the knowledge of structure and functions of our body organs and systems. It discovers the biological basis of behavior. For example, we have receiving organs, connecting organs, and responding organs. The receiving organ informs us about the changes in the environment. The connecting organs tell our brain to take some actions, and our responding organs perform the task which is suggested by the brain. This is how biology plays a major role in our behavior. The third branch is developmental psychology. Do you talk in the same way as you used to talk when you were a 2-year-old kid? No, right? There are some behavioral shifts occurring. So as we develop from childhood to adulthood, various changes take place in our body and in our mind as well. This branch focuses on changes in behavior and cognitive processes over the lifespan. Developmental psychologists have 6 major objectives. First, to find out what we are. Second, when these changes occur. Third, what causes these changes. Fourth, how they influence our behavior. Fifth, whether they can or cannot be predicted. Sixth, whether they are individual or universal facts. So developmental psychology examines how people grow and change from the moment of conception throughout death. Even if you are an introvert or extrovert, human beings are social animals. At times, we all have a curiosity that what are others thinking about us? Are they talking nice or they are gossiping about us? So in social psychology, we study how people's thoughts, feelings, and actions are affected by others. Social psychology is the scientific study of person as a member of a group with an emphasis on their social and interpersonal relationship. It is concerned with the interaction between individuals and groups. Social psychologists study how our beliefs, feelings, and behaviors are affected by other person. You might have experienced that extreme hot weather can make you irritated. Rainy or cloudy weather can make you gloomy. So this branch of psychology includes how our physical environment affects our emotions and the amount of stress we experience in a particular setting. So, environmental psychology is a branch which considers the relationship between people and their physical environment. I have a question for you. How do you feel when you are extremely sick with high temperature? Mostly your mind also feels sick and tired, right? Health psychology explores the relationship between psychological factors and physical diseases. It studies the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment for medical problems. Health psychologists recognize that good health and the ability to cope with illness are affected by psychological factors such as thoughts, emotions, and ability to manage stress. They are also concerned with the issues of prevention, that how health problems such as heart disease and how stress can be avoided by more healthful behavior. Have you watched English movie called The Beautiful Mind or Hindi movie called Bhul Bhulaiya? There are some characters having serious mental illnesses, but who can cure them? Clinical psychology is a field that deals with study, diagnosis, and treatment of psychological disorders. Many people are often confused about the difference between a clinical psychologist and a psychiatrist. The clearest distinction between them is the clinical psychologist normally holds Master of Arts degree or PhD degree, and a psychiatrist holds MD degree. This difference in training means that clinical psychologist who does not have a medical training cannot prescribe drugs to treat behavioral disorders, but they provide psychotherapy and various techniques for the symptoms of psychological disorders and help people to understand the reasons for their problem. We all have heard the term counseling. You might also have an experience of going for a session for your career decision with a proper counselor. But apart from vocational counseling, there are some other branches of counseling psychology. Counseling psychology focuses on education, social, personality related, and career adjustment problems. The work of a counseling psychologist is quite similar to that of a clinical psychologist. But counseling psychologists do not deal with psychopathology. They are often consulted by people with specific questions. They also measure aptitudes, interests, and personality traits. So, if someone is facing day-to-day life problems, counseling psychologist is the best option to go for. Next branch is organizational and industrial psychology. The first application of psychology to the problems of industries and organizations was the use of intelligence and aptitude test in selection of employees. Private and public organizations also apply psychology to problems of management, employee training, supervision, improving communication skills within the organization, to counseling for the employees, etc. Many industries and organizational psychologists work as a member of consulting firms that provide their services to companies. The next branch of psychology is educational psychology. It is concerned with teaching and learning processes, school performance, and the development for better teaching techniques. The main areas of work for educational psychologists are teacher training, curriculum planning, instruction designing, research and development. Educational psychologists are especially concerned with efficiency of learning and teaching processes. So now you know where exactly psychologists work. But how do they work is the main question. Do they just talk or give suggestions? A big no. There are some school of thoughts in psychology based on those multiple therapies work. Let us see the perspectives of psychology in the next video. If you like this video and our content, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Till then, bye bye.